Power on, it's SkyTryke, and welcome to a Zoom TKL Essential Edition keyboard showcase, where I showcase a Miku-themed keyboard consisting of an aluminum white case and gradient sky blue glass mirror as the back accent or backplate. This isn't going to be an assembly video per se, but more of a showcase, as assembly took me like 4 to 5 hours, and I didn't record that because this is the first time I built a keyboard. So yeah, there are many YouTube videos of the assembly and of the Zoom TKL, so you can check those out at your leisure. And you can skip to the actual sound test if you want at, I believe, 3121. Now the Zoom TKL is a 10 keyless or 88 key layout board from Meletrix or Wuque Studios. As you can see there are many case colors and backplates to choose from. I think around 10 or just 10. There's the showcase, there's the colors of the cases, the backplates right there. And I think there's going to be plates. I think there's 4 plates actually. And there's my Miku case, or Miku themed case that I use, which is white and sky blue. And there's a list of what you get for the kit for like $179, or a group buy or pre-order. I guess it's interchangeable. I mean, I pre-ordered mine from Keeps For All, which is a small vendor. It took me 6 months to get. And I mean, group buys, pre-orders, interchangeable words, I guess, but I digress. It cost me about $180 and $200 after taxes and shipping, and a C shipping as well. But the cost does not account for the switches and keycaps and etc. What? Portrait mode? Oh no, please. What is this? Oh, there we go. That's more like it. The packaging from Meletrix and Keeps For All came intact for me. Hopefully for others, I don't know. I've been on the Discord for Keeps For All for the updates and whatnot. And the packaging from Meletrix and Keeps For All came very sleek. Look at the engraving on the cardboard box, as you can see right there. It's pretty nice, I would say. Now, if you wish to skip all of this and go straight to the sound test, I put chapters in this video, so skip on ahead. I do warn you to skip on ahead. It's going to be long. 31 minutes, 21, I think it's just the keycaps, the showcase of the keycaps, and then the sound test. That's pretty much it. Alright, here we go. I think this is just the contents for the Zoom TKL. You can see in the box, you see like a slightly user manual. There's a list of what you get. A faux suede keyboard case, which is really nice. I wish it did have a handle, but in other words, it's fine. It smells a little bit, but I mean, what can you do about that? It's, yeah. I did not get the Eternal Weight. That is an add-on purchase that I did not get. That's alright. But look at this case. Little faux suede. I don't think I put volume until later on for ASMR purposes, or whatever. Quality assurance test and whatnot. Quality control, excuse me, maybe. Alright, I'm gonna eventually open this up, show you what's in this. This is $179 USD. This is what you get, and if you're like me, it'll probably be $200 at the end of the day, minus anything like switches or keycaps, like I said before. There are all the switches, the foams, pour-on dampeners, PCB foam, etc. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I guess I'm squishing it because it feels really nice. It does feel good, my guy, but I'm doing the voiceover, so excuse me for not understanding what's going on here. This is a lot of chunks of recording, and I did not assemble this or record it again. I only did lubing switches and lubing stabilizers. That's why I said to skip this, because it's just going to be lubing for the majority of the video, or half the video. It's going to be the FlexCut hot swappable PCB, electrostatic disconnect, or ESD. Is that how you say it? Electrostatic discharge? Yeah. Look at all those hot swappables, and that right side right there, those little square pieces, those are the LED strips that will showcase on the bottom of the keyboard case. Also, I turn on the audio from here for some reason. I guess the ASMR came in, but I'm voice overing this, so I don't even know what I'm doing. Really? What am I doing? There's a plate right there. It's a polycarbonate or PC plate for the thock. And I believe there is aluminum plates, brass plates, and FR4 plates. I believe also carbon fiber. I could be wrong. I don't know. And that is the case right there. The aluminum case, white colored for me, to match the Miku theme, or inspired board. As you can see there. Knock, knock, knock.
Yes, sturdy, heavy.
That's a hefty aluminum plate with the daughter board over there and the JST cable. You can see the little divot for the mirror right there, as well as the gaskets. I don't know why. Well, my phone struggles to keep focus on many of these shots, but I spent a good time inspecting this case right now for some reason. You can see the internal weight and the battery goes there, but if you don't have the internal weight, you'll just have the battery and I guess foam. And I'm inspecting even more. Awkward. Again, I advise to skip to lubing. Don't even skip to the lubing. Skip the lubing switching. Oh my goodness, English. Skip the lubing of switches and stabilizers. Go straight to the sound test at your disclosure, or if you want. It's going to take long, and assembly skills are very sub-amateur, if that's even a word. Like, I never built a keyboard in my life, and so I mean, it took me 4 to 5 hours. Eventually I will stop showcasing the case, I guess. I guess I went AFK. Nice. This is awkward. This is a weird voiceover, but hello. This is the Zoom TKL from Meletrix. We're doing a Miku-inspired or Miku-themed keyboard showcase. Not assembly, but a showcase. There's so many assembly videos. And I followed the Meletrix guide, and that was not as great. There was other videos that were much better. And here we go. We got the secondary pouch. A battery. The case screws, and I believe up there is the standout screws for the PCB and plate. I don't know what I just did there. I think I did a plus and a minus, indicating a battery for some particular reason. These are rubber feet for the back of the case. Coil, USB-C coil, but I already have mine from Coil or Cable Mod. It's like a sky blue, matching Miku's thing. I think that's the Wuque Studios stock stabilizers. They're really thin compared to the Durock V2s, which I have the Durock V2s, so I won't be using those. And those are the gasket sleeves or socks. Just give it a little bit of a slight springiness and flex when it's all mounted onto the case.
Socks. Sock gaskets.
The next part of this video probably is like 20 minutes of setup for lubing switches and stabilizers. Again, go to 31 minutes, 21 seconds. I'll put it up somewhere in the beginning of the video as a text disclaimer, like it'll pop up somewhere. Also is in the chapters. Oh boy. Nope. I'm choking on my own spit TMI. Oh. Again, you've been warned, so you've been warned that this video is not an assembly video. This is just a showcase, in which the showcase doesn't happen until like beginning and the end, and the sound test doesn't happen until the very end, which you can skip to the end. Oh my goodness. Well, the LEDs are very, very nice. I like it, actually. Since I used the Gateron Oil King for switches, you can't really see the LEDs because they're not going to be showing up. So this case is perfect for that. Ignore that Google Chrome logo. That does not come on the case. No, it doesn't. It's just like that. I'm just showcasing all the LEDs, and here's another showcase. Look at that. See, it's a showcase video. I know what I'm doing. Maybe. As you can see, when the light brightens, my phone can't focus. Okay, here we go with the switch lubing. This is Krytox 105 oil for bag spring lubing. This is to basically lube all switch springs in a bag very quickly. It's really nice. We have thin paintbrushes, fine paintbrushes for lubing, and a stem holder to hold our switch stems so we can lube that much more easily. It helps stabilize it and hold it in place. And we're going to be doing this 88 times or 90 times. Tweezers to get like the films or the switches that's been lubed, and our Holy Grail Krytox GPL 205 grade 0 lubricant. I pointed at the takeout soup containers there. Yeah, I remember this. And those two, for some reason, I don't know. Actually, I think I was gonna use them to separate the bottom housing, the stem, and the top housing for the switches somehow. Even though there's two containers and I need to separate 3 of them. And those are the extra thin films for the Gateron Oil Kings. Now you might be saying, do Gaterons need to even be lubed and filmed? These are pre-lubed, factory lubed. And why would you ever do it? It's not worth it, right? Well, I never lubed or filmed these things, so it's going to be an only one-time build as well. So I decided why not experience what it's like to actually go through the lube process. I would never do this again. If it's factory pre-lubed already, like the Gateron's Oil Kings, I probably won't. And I can't even hear the difference pressing it. But I haven't tried with the Keycaps stock, which, again, also another disclaimer, I don't know anything of how stock sounds like. I didn't do a comparison video. I'm terrible. But these are the Gateron Oil Kings. They are linear switches, and I got mine for 1170 USD per 18, and I need to buy 5 packs to match the 88 keys for the Zoom TKL, which is 90 switches. Overall, around $60 USD. Here, I guess I show myself how to open a switch using a switch opener. As you can see right there, the 2 prongs line up with the Gateron prongs. They should correspond to each side of the switch, just like that.
These 2 prongs?
I think I'm using the Glorious switch opener. You could use any switch opener, honestly. I think they will work. Just push lightly like that, and you can see that it partially opens up like that. It's not fully open yet. You have to pry it gently. Now, what I like to do is take 2 fingernails, preferably, I guess, your middle finger and thumb, not thumb, middle finger and ring finger, and just gently pry up. And then do it for the other side, and it would just instantly open up pretty smoothly. As you can see, I don't really have nails, so it still works out. There you go. The top casing, I suppose. Oh, there's a top. Okay, no.
This stem.
Here I'm seeing the stem, and I'm showing like the lube here. As you can see, the residual lube right there. It's mostly on the side sliders, but there's no lube for some reason on the facing. There's also some on the pole, as you can see, or the stem. It's kind of hard to talk over because I'm hearing my own audio, so excuse me. I am bad, as always. But that's the factory lubing. It's alright. Put the spring in the bag. It's going to be in bulk for our spring lubing. And I wipe off the factory lube just so I could get everything consistent with my lubing. So I wiped as much as I can.
To this piece right here. Get this.
Now to lube the bottom of the housing, I take a very, very small dollop of lube.
Just a little dollop. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm trying to focus to show you that much. It's very small, as you can see. Not a whole lot. Again, there's a lot of videos about this. Now what I like to do is take a dab on both sides of those inner sliders like that. Just to get some of that lube into it equally like that. And then I like to stroke 3 times. Alternatively, 1 in the center, just like that. And next on the left corner or left side.
2.
And the right side. And that should be enough for those switches.
Make sure that nothing is like clear.
And I guess I'm assuming I'm just going to try to show you this. Why am I trying to show you the sheen? Trust me, it's good. I attempt to focus my phone again to show the lube.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Yeah, I'm not going to work.
It's so hard.
Not going to work, my guy. Stop. I know I could cut this, but I'm a lazy man.
Oh, it's there. And then
Well, anyways, we're using the residual lube from the brush. Don't lube again. Just use whatever's on the brush finally and just do the final portions of the house. We go around the pole, and in the quick strikes we do the copper contact bumps. And we're bagging spring bag lubing using the 105 oil. We just put some drops in. Oops. Okay. Anyways, I think it's a drop per every 7 to 10 springs. You put 1 drop of oil, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, so I put like 11. Don't look at that. Don't look at that little stream right there. It's a 1.5 drop. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna close this up, and we're gonna blow a little bit of air to puff up the bag just a little bit, and also give it a little bit of moisture. Seal it up, and then we're gonna shake it for like roughly a minute or half a minute to a minute, just to make sure that every one of them is evenly lubed. Oh boy. Jesus. Alright.
These stems.
And we're gonna lube the stems now. Which, remember from before, I wiped it off. I wiped the factory lube off. Using the stem holder, we're gonna hold that stem right there, as you can see. I don't think I did a good job cleaning that pole, though. But then again, I don't think I lubed the pole. So again, we're gonna take a little small dab of Krytox. Oh my goodness, not that much. No, please. Not that much. Please. I know what I'm doing. I know, maybe. Yes. Yeah. See that much? That much lube. Yes, even that little lube on the side. Trust me, just trust me. Now we're gonna dab a little bit on those side sliders right there. The first initial lube will be on the side sliders. And the next we're gonna put them on the faces like that. Now going back to the side sliders, I like to stroke in one direction only. In this case, I think I just went up or down depending on your orientation, I guess. And we're gonna get every single part of it as equal as we can, including those little legs right there, those little protrusions, those little leggy bits. We're just gonna kind of give it a nice sheen. We're trying to focus and not trying to get like a huge splotch of oil or grease, and we'll see that if it's like a nice white right there, like that one earlier. We're gonna spread it so we could just see a sheen. We don't want any dollops or smears. We just want a nice sheen. Again, we're just gonna do one stroke, one direction, and as well as getting those legs up top. I try to fine tune this. I try to evenly distribute this lubricant as much as I can, so it's not too glossy, but it should be just a very nice sheen. No splotches of lube. A good sheen is pretty much it. I AFK again. I guess I don't know. Gomenasai. Ito sumimasen. Hello. Wait, what am I doing off camera? I just saw a little dollop. Maybe I saw a bit too much or too little. I honestly don't know. Well, how was your day, guys? Welcome to the showcase of a loop switching. Not much of a showcase of a Zoom TKL. You can see that in the beginning of the video as at the end. Oh, there you go. All of that so I can show you the sheen of the stem. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, nice close up too. Oh Jesus, very nice zoom up, I guess.
It looks really glossy, but trust me, it's not that much. It looks a lot better.
I want to trust myself, but hey, trust me. It's the phone. It looks bad, but it's a nice sheen. Trust me. Trust me. I think I'm going to assemble the Switch now, finally. It took only how long? Oh, kill me. And my life. Just kidding. So I get the bottom, I line up the bottom with the top housing, and I use the Gateron logo for reference too, but you could actually see kind of where it kind of holds the housing. You see the copper contacts with the top of the housing kind of matches and aligns that to it. As you can see, I think the Gateron on the Oil Kings, the logo matches with the copper, so that's a nice telltale. I get the spring that's already been bag lubed. I'm going to put it on that pole of the bottom housing right there. Using tweezers so you don't have to touch any grease or oil, lose any of that work that you just did. And we're going to use some ultra fine film. Now the Gateron Oil Kings has a very tight housing tolerance from what I read from Reddit. And so they say filming you need ultra thin films. Otherwise, again, lubing and filming seems to be pointless on these switches, but I did it anyways. But trust me, this still works using ultra thin switches, films. Trust me, I did my research, I think, on the Reddits, on the YouTubes, on everything, maybe not enough, because look how long I'm taking, and I didn't even give an assembly. And look at that, my dude. And honestly, the tweezers were useless with the films. I ended up just using my fingers every single time to film these. And I went really fast. The setup for me for this phone and recording everything was just annoying. So that's why I also didn't assemble and record. It's just too much. And we got the stem now. I'm going to align those legs. You see those leg protrusions with the copper contacts. As you see right there. Well, it's kind of twisted because of the stem, but I'm gonna twist it back. There you go, like there you go. See, it should do that, which you can see the contact. The moment it pushes down, the actuation, it would activate the switch. Now we're gonna push the spring. Push the top housing with the spring and line it up with the stem. Careful not to screw the film, my dude. There you go. And I used the tweezers again for some reason. I don't know. I really want to try the tweezers. I think this is like... Is this my first switch? Because it was going by pretty quickly after I got the recording finished. I think I said right here I can barely see anything. I can barely see anything. Jack diddly. Well, as you can see, the struggle was real. I blame the setup. Not being able to see. Oh, fudge it. I just screw it up anyways, so it doesn't matter. It's like doing one of these. I like losing all progress. A regression. This is an awkward video. You've never seen one of these in YouTube, have you? Because I'm different. I'm a unique individual that just flew that stem over like it doesn't own business. There you go. Right, back with the top housing. We could do it again, retry, right? Align it up and then push down. And I fudged the freak out of that one. I said no, but there's an easy fix. You put it into the switch opener, push it lightly, and miraculously it fixes itself. But don't open the switch completely. Just make sure that it's in there and then just close the switch. So again, if the film kind of gets janky upon the first closing of the switch, just use the switch opener, push it down, make sure it doesn't open completely, and the film just miraculously just fits itself. That's how it sounds like. I don't think I heard a difference, my guy. I think keycaps would help. I didn't bother doing a stock versus loop film keyboard test again. I didn't do a comparison. All you guys are going to get is the final product. But whoa, we finished one switch. Now we did do it 87 more times. But hey, that's off camera. Because you already saw like 10-15 minutes of me struggling. I think it's looping the stabilizer time. I told you to skip this. 3121. Sounded good earlier, didn't it? Okay, well, I didn't have dielectric grease to use for the stabilizer, so I used the Krytox 205 grade 0 again for the lube. I did the stabilizer balance test right here. You could use it on your phone as well. I've seen a lot of people do it on their phone. What you want to do is basically hold down on one end and then tap the other end and see if there's any sound or pinging, if there's any really noticeable pinging. And then you'll probably try to balance that out. As you see, that's good. I didn't hear much. I heard a tap. So I gently push on one side, supporting the other end. These things can break, these wires, so better be careful. And I don't hear a single thing after that. Maybe just a slight ping at times. I don't really hear much. Well, I got a thumbs up, so I think it's good. It's almost inaudible, so I would say it's good. And I am going to be modding the stabilizers with PTFE tape or plumber's tape, as you can see right there. This is known as the plumber's mod. I think I showed a stabilizer stem orientation or something later on in this video. It's kind of weird, but essentially the plumber's mod, I'm gonna cut like a small strip of it so you can wrap over the legs just for like 2 or 3 times. And oh, there it is. That's what I said. I think I said the orientations right there. The 2 holes in the, as you can see, those legs right there. Oh, that was really quick. Oh, I think I also lubed the insiding of the housing case too of that stabilizer. But we're doing the plumbing mod right now. I don't think I showed you the lubing portion, but whatever.
I wanted to do this earlier, but I was lazy.
So we're gonna wrap this very, very tightly. You don't want any gaps or spaces so that it will just like, you know, rotate around loosely. You want it very, very tight. 2 to 3 times around the stabilizer leg. And I'm going to trim off any excess. And then we're going to lube it. Now, if you have the dielectric grease, we could just, you know, stab that thing right in the tube. I think that's what a lot of people do. To me, I just put it inside that Krytox pile of lube. Yeah. And snip. Eventually we'll lube the legs by dipping the dang thing in the Krytox. I watching this for like one of the first times, and I know I could do this again, to voice over this again, to try again, but you know what, I'm like, why? Why, my guy? You know, for a Miku video, there's a lack of Miku music. It's because of the copyright, so I didn't put one in, but I'm hesitant right, and you know what, I'm probably gonna put it in. I'll put a post edit. Yeah. There we go, we'll dip the crap out of it, finally. I actually don't know how much you put, actually. Yeah, I actually don't know how much you put. Again, it's pretty easy with dielectric grease. You just stab it like in the tube. Like if you had a tube of toothpaste, you just put the freaking thing in the insert. I think I struggle so much here, so. And I got some on the mat. I'm like, oh crap, Miku, no. Man. But I think, oh my god, that's a lot of lube. Maybe that's why my right shift in my spacebar is a bit squishy, bub. My right shift's crazy squishy. It's not that squishy, but it's squishy enough.
It stabs.
Wow, every time I look at the lube, look at that. I'm sorry. I painfully attempt to put the stabilizer together. And to be honest, you should have skipped till 31:21. But to be honest, I'm in the mood for some Miku songs. How about the Android Girl? DECO 27, anyone? I'll put that in eventually. Right now, you're just gonna watch me attempt to clip and hear the little clip. Oh, there you go. He's finally done it. My goodness. Holy boy. Oh. Android Girl,
It's horrible because it's also
DECO 27 in one, Mannequin, 8th album. Is it? No, it's not Mannequin 8th album. It's 7th album. Oh boy, I forgot. Crap. I have this album. Salamander, Android Girl. It's 8th album, right? Mannequin. How do I forget? I listen to this song a lot. Anyways, back to the stabilizer business. As you can see, I'm running out of commentary, to be honest, of me just struggling throughout this whole thing, which shows you why I didn't record assembly. It's just gonna be this for like 4 hours, or if I could edit for anything, who knows. I mean, I had to disassemble the keyboard like twice, so please, help me. I do need to disassemble it still, because maybe the right shift needs to be, the right shift stabilizer needs to be oh my goodness, yatta, it's done. Thank you. Oh boy. Oh, thank you. 3.9 Miku. Oh, speaking of Miku, the Miku Keycaps cost me like $30 on AliExpress. I saw some on Etsy, the same ones for $50 to $60, but I got the ones from AliExpress, and honestly, they're actually really good quality in my opinion, unless the $100 GMK ones are incredible, but I feel like these are great. And these are Miku Expo themed. They are Cherry MX profile die sub PBT keycaps. I really wanted the Future Beat themed ones with the Miku face enter that version, but you could Google Future Beat Miku keycaps and see what I mean. But I think that's an actual Miku keyboard. Like, it's like $275 USD. It's actually a keyboard. And see what I mean, you know, I don't know. But I settled for these keycaps because they're really nice. Oh, and this is the custom keycap. It's just $30, as much as the whole set of keyboards, yeah. You also like my Miku wristwatch earlier? Off topic. Please. That's the icing on the cake, that little Miku right there. Look at that. Oh dear, what's that zoom up? Okay, that's better. But yeah, oh, there's the cable mod, coiled cable up there. And also on the bottom, a custom ultimate mouse wrist rest. Nice. Oh, the mirror peel English. Wow, I slid and I messed up the peel in the audio, but hey, look at that. It looks great. Doesn't it look great? I mean, I wanted something ultra shiny like the PVD mirrors. Those are super shiny if you've seen them on YouTube. But on second glance, I mean, it looks super slick. It looks so nice, and it actually matches the Miku theme more than any other backplate that was offered for the Zoom TKL. So what are my overall thoughts? I mean, I love this keyboard. The feel of it, it needs 2 keycaps that needs help, or stabilizers, but I love the sound. I love the keyboard. Zoom TKL is really a nice keyboard. I mean, for price wise too, I mean, $179 for the hobby. Okay. Switches, keycaps, bare bones. I mean, overall that costed me around $300 to $325, I think. Oh, there you go. Was it worth it? Definitely. I think it was definitely worth it for just a one-time Miku theme purchase. It's not like I spent a lot on Miku figures. What about group buys? No, never again. No. Here's the drum roll. Sound test, I think. So I'm gonna see ya. whatever they do, and let's go.